I've clicked histogram, and when I did, it created a histogram of the 3-year returns, and you can see I've made it just a little bit bigger here. You can find it on the bottom tab. If it got hidden when you clicked OK, the bottom tab is named Frequencies. Now, this is the same information that we saw in the stem and leaf plot, but the stem and leaf plot was not graphical and just a little bit more confusing. The more numbers we can take out of a picture, the better. And so here you see a nice histogram. Okay? This histogram, again, you can see the majority of information is in the center. This is around 20%. Okay? You can see 42% is an outlier, way out in the tail. I don't know who got 42% over 3 years in their mutual fund, but that was a statistical outlier. You can see that there was nobody losing money over those 3 years, which is an abnormality these days. You can also see that these class widths are 5, from 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to, excuse me, from 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 25 to 30, and so on and so forth. Okay? This makes for a nice histogram. You can play with that a little bit, and you can look at what happens if you make your class intervals bigger or smaller, and you have to adjust your midpoints to do the same. And if you make your intervals too small, your picture will be just vertical lines, and it won't make very much sense. You can get this same effect if you go to bar chart. Get out of PHStat, go to bar chart in Excel, and click on an array of numbers. If you do that, you'll see very thin lines and very erratic and jumping up and down. It's not pretty. Okay? We want to make things simple because we want to take the 3-year returns for these 839 mutual funds. We want to put it in a picture. So again, remember, the goal of displaying data in a table is data reduction. Okay? We want to make it pretty to put in our box. So remember, the goal of data reduction and presenting data in tables is to make it pretty, to make it understandable, and to make it clear. Take 839 mutual funds and put it in a picture that makes sense. Okay? This histogram makes sense. It tells me I can expect something about 17% on return on over my 3 years, 17 to 22, somewhere in there. Okay? We want to make it make sense. It should be easy, it should be simple. If you're getting errors, if you're hitting your head against a brick wall, if you're coming up against fighting with your computer, stop. Give me a call. Remember, 740-251-1184. I don't mind. It's okay. Give me a call. Because I spent 3 hours today trying to get this all prepared. So I understand if you're having trouble as well. Now, finally, I'm not going to step you through percentage polygons and OGEVs because you can do that. You can read it, check it out. You can do it in PHStat. I want you to practice doing it yourself. Make it pretty. The final topic I'm going to talk about is on page 62, and it deals with pictograms. Now, I didn't cover every topic in the chapter. That's up to you. I need you to read chapter 2 and get through it. What I did is cover the most important, and this, pictograms, believe it or not, is one of the most important. Now, you might look at these graphs and think these look good. These are informative graphs. I'm specifically thinking of the 2.49 on page 65. If you look at that, there's lightning, clouds, a house. It's an interesting graph, but statistically these are not good. Because let's flip back. Flip back to page 63 and look at the tree and the vine. Now, this tree is distracting. Okay? There are grapes, and what happens is our eyes have a tendency to be drawn to the trunk of the tree and then to the grapes, and it distracts us away from what we're wanting to do. And if you go underneath it and look at the bottle tops that are popping, you'll see Coke Classic 20%, is a higher sprout than Pepsi Cola and so on and so forth, and Dr. Pepper and Mountain Dew, and they're not proportional. It's not a good bar. And our eyes, we measure surface area of that picture. The same as the bigger the picture, the more the surface area, the more it commands our attention when maybe it shouldn't. So, anyways, pictograms are not good methods of displaying information. And this brings me into our homework. Starting with 250 and 251, you're going to be analyzing these two pictograms and finding different ways to display the data. Then, problems 267, 268, 271. What I want you to do on problem 271, I want you to make a stem and leaf plot, okay, and a histogram both. Now, just 271, make a stem and leaf plot and do letter B. Ignore A, C, and D. Then, on 275, just B and C, okay, B and C. And then the web case. Now, your web case, it has to do with these mutual funds. And you have a company claiming that they've done some amazing investments, all using these 839 mutual funds that we've been dealing with throughout the entire lesson. Okay? So what I need you to do, put that together in a nice package. Make sure that it's, whatever you're submitting is electronic, and make sure it's short and simple. Okay? Take your graph and put it in Word. Make it very nice and neat. Or if you want to do it in Excel, keep it in Excel. Have one page per problem so that it's very easy to grade. Okay? This is what we're trying to do. Reduce the confusion. So your homework should be nice, neat, and very well done. And again, if you can't do a histogram on the computer, you can always do it by hand. It takes a little bit longer, but it's okay. Now, if you have any questions, please email me with the class email system.